So moving on to the next game, I believe, will be UCLA, which Patrick's already ahead of us. He says UCLA's over under his 5.5 wins. Thank you, Patrick. We appreciate that. Those are the details we should really do. I keep forgetting. I meant to look those things up, and I never did. I just kind of wanted to shoot from the hip tonight. And let's face it, I was building a golf sim in the garage, so I really wasn't thinking about some of these details. And my apologies to those of you watching, because it's painfully obvious at this point. Moonbot's got it at a 24-17 victory over UCLA. What do you think?
I think it's a close game. I think Nebraska ultimately wins. Welcome to the Big Ten, UCLA. I think that it's just going to be kind of a boring game. I don't know any. I mean, if it's a win, it's a win. Like, it's good, but I just have a feeling it's going to be kind of a boring game. There's nothing like it's one of those games where when you look back at it in the season recap, it just kind of falls to the wayside. But the part that'll be interesting and fun to look back at is be like, wow, we had an uninteresting victory. That's pleasant. I'll take that.
An uninteresting victory would be better than a really gut punch loss, right?
Yes. And
like
I think that it's
here.
I think that it's one of those games, though, that if we could look back and say, well, maybe there was something to note, is the fact that maybe we got lucky a few times. UCLA probably should have put up a few more points than they did, but they got a few things called back. They're the ones who look at that game that year and go, wow, we should have won that game, but we didn't because just everything didn't go our way. And so we just kind of skimp off like, oh, it was a great win. Don't know what happened, but we won. And they're just fuming at them. They're foaming at the mouth. So, oopsie.
What did I do?
I did that. I clicked the screen to try and make the slide thing go away.
I've got 24-20. I got it again, like you do, kind of a sloppy game, kind of all over the place after getting beat up by Ohio State. Maybe there's some guys that can't play, some important people like Isaiah Nayor. Some of those go-to receivers maybe are down for a week or two because of getting beat up. Maybe Dylan's out, and you've got to scrap something together with a dual threat of someone like Harburg coming in and running some Tim Tebow type packages, and then you've got Danny Kalen running the passing packages. I don't know, but 24-20 is kind of the way I see this one. Greg's got it at 28-24. Sloppy, lethargic team after getting smacked by OSU. I don't know. 28 seems to me like a team that's not quite what I would call lethargic, but maybe they're pretty sloppy if they're giving up 24 to a team that is no longer being coached by Chip Kelly and being coached by a former running back, because that's who the players wanted. Players are running the show, folks. So who knows? Foster has absolutely no experience head coach. So it'll be interesting. Patrick Joseph's got it 23-21 Nebraska. And Moonbot says, yep, little hungover. I think we all agree. Does that mean you're hungover now, Moonbot, or you plan to be hungover going into that game? Either way, I won't be hungover with you. So you can have all my hangovers. I've had enough of them. You've still got 21-10 to beat UCLA. I've got 27-20. I think that's basically the same score, maybe a couple points more.